Seja lá quais forem os horrores que encontrar nesses locais escuros, tenha coragem e vá até o fim. Não há finais prematuros, não há decisões erradas. Apenas perspectivas diferentes e novos começos. Esta é uma história de amor. Gente, o nosso único objetivo nesse jogo é matar a princesa. Eu espero que no mínimo nós conseguimos fazer isso. Capítulo 1, o herói e a princesa.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Certo?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
O mundo é super importante, gente. Lembrando. Nossa Senhora! Quanta escolha! Meu Deus. Tá, explorar o fim do mundo. O fim do mundo do que tá falando? Você já parou pra pensar que o único motivo que ela tem para destruir o mundo é porque ela foi trancada? Assassinar uma princesa parece meio errado, não acho? Outra pessoa não poderia fazer isso? Pode esquecer, eu não farei isso. Você já parou pra pensar que talvez eu não tenha problemas com o fim do mundo? Eu vou ganhar alguma recompensa por isso? Tudo bom, obrigado por me dizer o que fazer. Demais, eu sempre quis acabar com a monarquia. Viva lá, Evolution! Na minha segunda run eu tenho que fazer muito zoeiro isso aqui, tá? É prosseguir silenciosamente até a cabana, dar meia volta e ir embora. Mano, eu não faço a menor ideia, eu sou péssimo com escolhas. Eu quero muito colocar esse. Mano, vamos prosseguir silenciosamente até a cabana.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Ok.
A warning before you go any further.
Qual aviso?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Ok, não é pra acreditar em uma palavra do que ela fala. Não acredito em mulheres.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Olha, o cara ele fez uma escolha sem eu falar. Ó.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Ignore-o, ele não sabe o que diz. Só uma escolha, prosseguir até a cabana, né?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Tem punhal aqui, isso aqui é perigoso.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Explorar, pegar o punhal ou entrar no porão. Vamos pegar o
take
punhal.
The blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Agora vamos entrar no porão, né? Vamos ver qual que é.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Narrador, eu acabei de zerar Narrador, eu acabei de zerar Little Nightmares. Não, Little Nightmares não, Little Misfortune. Eu não acredito em vozes da minha.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Ela tá falando?
Who's there?
Opa, quem tá aí?
She sounds dangerous.
Nossa, que voz.
It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Peguei.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Meu amor. Se essa mulher é dominante, irei resgatar. Oi, acho que estou aqui para te matar. Só quero ver como você está. Mano,
Good.
continua.
Listening to reason.
Continua descendo. Ótimo, você ainda está ouvindo a voz da razão. Mano, eu tô agindo como... Eu vou agir como que eu agiria. Vamos lá. Nossa, agir como eu agiria, isso é muita responsabilidade. Eu não quero matar uma princesa.
And lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Ela tá presa por cadeado só?
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Tá. Controlar o nervosismo e avançar. Eu só tô aqui pra conversar, mas não decidi. Não? Nani. Ah, pois é sim, você me pegou isso aqui pra te ceifar. O que? Não de jeito nenhum, porque eu pensaria nisso. Eu ainda não decidi.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Mano, eu vou me colocar aqui, ó, porque ela tá falando aqui, ó.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Segura com mais força.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Carinha dela, gente, não.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Que isso?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Meu Deus.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Tá, temos muitas... Se ela não estiver blefando e se ela nos matar, você tem certeza de que ela não tá armada? Sinto muito, não podemos só conversar? Não vou soltar o punhal. Soltar o punhal já? Ai, meu Deus, onde é que eu me deixo aqui? Ai, não tem lugar pra me deixar. Meu Deus do céu, não pode me deixar no meio aqui. Ai, não. Ah, se tiver alguma coisa escrita aqui do lado e ela falar, eu vou falar também. Pra ficar as escolhas aqui, ó. Mano, eu não sei o que fazer, cara. Se ela não estiver blefando, se ela nos matar.
You go into this expecting to die, you're going to die.
Hesitating?
Hesitar.
Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized
Eu vou deixar ela
with each
falar
other?
primeiro. Hesitar? Por que você não larga a faca e nós dois podemos ser civilizados um com o outro? Ah, merda. Ah, mano. Só me largaram, falaram, mata a princesa pra salvar o mundo. E não me deram mais nenhuma informação. Se eu fosse um cara, um guerreiro frio, eu já ceifaria. Mas que mundo é esse que eu sou? Eu não sei o que eu sou. Eu não vou soltar o punhal.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Então eu não vou conversar com você. Eu vou encarar ela.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Encarar a princesa ainda
Squint
mais.
even harder.
Foi mal, eu não tô aguentando isso aqui.
So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't.
Ai, agora chegou. Ai. Ai. Que tipo de personagem nós somos? Eu não sei que tipo de personagem nós somos. Eu não quero ceifar. Ah, mano, eu não vou soltar. Eu não vou matar ela.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Não.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
Maybe now we can just talk.
Obrigado. Agora talvez possa só conversar.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Mano, por que raios uma princesa seria o fim do mundo?
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Então cá estamos nós, que início esquisito de relacionamento. É bem esquisito. Um relacionamento, você tá dando em cima de mim, como eu atiraria daqui? Porque aparentemente você vai acabar com o mundo. Tem gente que acha que vai acabar com o mundo. Você vai acabar com o mundo. O que você tem a dizer sobre isso? Qual é o seu nome? Há quanto tempo você está aqui? Sabe por que eu estou aqui para te matar? Qual é o seu nome?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Pode se referir a mim como Vossa Alteza Real ou Sua Majestade. Qualquer honorífico funciona na verdade.
Note the lack of detail.
Tô aqui porque aparentemente você vai acabar com o mundo.
Don't just tell her that.
Não diga isso a ela.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
Que fofura, você acredita nisso? Você acredita que eu sou algum tipo de monstro? Com essa tua cara aqui, minha filha.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Se eu sou capaz de acabar com o mundo, como acabei aqui, presa a uma parede? Disseram porque eu sou supostamente tão perigosa? Vou ficar em silêncio.
They haven't told you anything, have they?
Não te contaram nada, não é mesmo?
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
No fim das contas, o que quer que seja que nós dois estamos fazendo aqui é uma questão de confiança.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Quem te enviou para me ceifar afirmou que eu sou uma ameaça, mas não disse o porquê.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Me parece correto para mim e acho que não parece correto para você também. Hoje estaríamos matando um ao outro em vez de conversando. Manipuladora, assassina de corações.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
Então eu poderia dizer que teria uma vida tranquila no bosque, ou que abriria um orfanato ou qualquer outra coisa boa, e tenho certeza que você gostaria de ouvir.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
Mas na verdade você não me conhece, não? E a minha palavra poderia valer numa situação como essa.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
Como eu disse, é questão de confiança pura e simples.
So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
Então você confia em mim, a prisioneira, a vítima, a princesa, claramente incapaz de acabar com o mundo, ou confia em quem me prendeu aqui? Mano, ela é uma princesa, e se ela for a princesa do nosso reinado inimigo, e se ela escapar daqui, ela vai pro reino inimigo, e ela vai destruir o mundo pra ela ser a dominadora global. Minha filha, eu penso a 10 passos à sua frente.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Quanto tempo você tá aqui embaixo?
Too long.
Tempo demais. Um relacionamento tá dando em cima
Don't
de mim?
jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Não tire conclusões precipitadas. Somos duas pessoas que se conheceram por definição. Temos um relacionamento. Como eu tiraria daqui?
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't...
Suponho que você não tem a chave, então tenho certeza de que há uma chave por aqui. Se não houver...
We can always put that knife to good use.
Sim, sempre podemos fazer bom uso dessa faca.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge. She isn't suggesting what I think she's
Arrancar a mão
suggesting.
dela?
She is. I'm sure of it.
Certo, é jovem o
Oh,
suficiente.
have you decided?
You know what.
Ceifar a princesa, vou tirar você daqui. Vou te manter presa aqui embaixo, pelo menos por um tempo. Podemos nos conhecer melhor até decidir o que fazer.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Isso parece um bom acordo. Ok, obrigado, narrador.
Leaving her alive is too
não,
risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Deixar ela viva é arriscado demais, se não acabar com ela vai encontrar uma saída.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
De um jeito ou de outro, vou encontrar uma forma de sair daqui. Você pode facilitar para nós dois se me ajudar.
And if you don't,
E se não ajudar,
I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
eu posso prometer que vai se arrepender dessa decisão.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Meu Deus. O que eu faço? Ah, que ódio. Puta merda. Olha essa cara de mal, mano. Essa cara, ela é muito malvada. Ela é do mal. Ela é vilã. Ela... não. Só que também eu tenho que entender o lado da mina, cara. Às vezes a mina, ela só tá se defendendo, tá ligado? Tipo, esse é o único jeito. Ai, é complicado. Eu não decidi. Vou trancar no porão.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep what.
You're making a mistake.
Tá cometendo um erro.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Não vai demorar muito para me livrar desses grilhões. E assim que sair daqui, vou transformar tudo em um inferno por me deixar pra
Slip
trás.
these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn
Putz,
around
pior que a
and finish
máscara
the job.
dela caiu muito, mano. Nossa, ela falou que ia fazer a vez de todo mundo do inferno, cara. Nossa. Eu não sei. Nossa, mas pior que ali foi muito estranho.
It's never too late to do the right thing. Now hurry. You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
E ela vem pra cima.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow. We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely
Nossa.
broken.
Que isso?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Isso era mesmo o melhor que se poderia fazer. Olha pra você, completamente destruído. Eu estaria mentindo se dissesse que não ficaria um pouco
She
decepcionado.
applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your
Meu
lungs.
Deus, eu peguei o pior final de todos.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Já morri?
You're on a path in the woods,
Eita!
and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Peraí.
You're here to slay her.
Tô com uma terrível sensação de déjà vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Nem lascando que... Nossa, isso é...
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving...
Mas não acho que seja só um déjà vu. Tenho certeza de que a situação acabou de
It
acontecer.
hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Por que eu daria o viso a você? Por que eu me daria o trabalho de agir?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. Let's say for a
Vamos.
moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to... What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her? She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been different. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that you're What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free
Isso
to
aqui é
me.
sensacional, cara. Isso aqui é incrível. Isso aqui é...
Yes,
Isso, que
but
jogo é
in this
esse?
purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess left unhindered? If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains and let her do whatever she wants.
Voz do derrotado.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up.
Cabeça
I believe
erguida, eu acredito em você. Vamos conversar sobre a
Just be quick
princesa.
about it.
Mano, ela me matou uma vez, como eu posso garantir que não se repita?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job and save the world.
Como você disse da última vez, ela é só uma princesa, então nada de xerofons pra me espancar até a morte.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it. Or we could pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being
Pô, pior que eu
realistic.
tô junto com o
You're
derrotado,
being
né?
annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Você tá mentindo informação que tá
I've told you
escondendo.
everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. The less you know about her, the better.
Entra no porão.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Mano. Por que sobrou tarefa pra mim?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy,
Sou a
if that
única pessoa
helps.
que pode fazer
It's
isso.
just the way things are.
Pimenta no U dos outros é refresco, né?
Oh, of course you're special.
Não sabia que era especial. É claro que você é especial.
Who cares if you think we're special? As far as I can tell, the only things... Great, now if you don't mind...
Meu voto vai embora.
Right, we should just leave. There's nothing we can do to stop her, so we might as well enjoy what little time
Eu quero
we
pegar
have
esse final
left.
só pra ver.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Tudo bem, então. Nossa, que persistência. Eu vou... Bem, vou até acabando conversando. Talvez... Talvez não. Sim, eu definitivamente sei. De jeito nenhum, a única coisa que importa é que eu não... É onde eu não estou. Na verdade, não me importa nem um pouco, eu confio no mundo. Os abraços abertos, alvorada e uma... Era agora. Ou
I
silenciosamente.
suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Eu quero ir embora só pra ver o que acontece.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How
Olha esse
convenient.
cara,
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the
mano.
world can still be
Esse
saved after
cara,
all.
velho. A
You're
minha avó
really
também.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Se eu não conseguir resolver meus problemas, eu vou embora deles.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we? We're dead, obviously.
Nem ferrando. O mundo ao seu redor é desfeito, a matéria física trocada por um nada texturizado está. Há um ribombo distante, um som composto por muitos sons, ondulações mais altos conforme outra coisa se aproxima. Antenas sondam o penseiro da realidade. Extremidades encontram sua consciência e envolve. Você não está mais sozinho. Existência, garras arranham a superfície da sua alma. Frustração, esse aspecto completo de você, de algo vazio, para que eu possa ocupá-lo de algo que tenha a minha forma. Abrace os pensamentos que constrangem você. Urgência, você precisa terminar a história nunca para mostrarmos aqui. Uma força vai contra sua vontade. Não, você não pode voltar, não para lá. Não há concertos para esse mundo. Será algo novo. Nesse lugar a linha não é infinita, não há desperdício, é só constatação.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a prince. You're here to slay.
Observação. Para ignorar diálogos já vistos, pressione Tab no teclado ou R1. Agora nem o... Mano, agora nem o protagonista sabe. Que isso? Eu acabei de aparecer um negócio ali que o verdadeiro jogo começa agora.
While I appreciate the mental exercise we are running, nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous, and before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about unless,
Agora eu não sei o que fazer, eu tô em choque.
you do your job and slay her.
Eu não faço a menor... Ah, só vai.
You make your way up the shore.
Tá. Mano, só entra no porão.
Her voice
Hello?
is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the
Eu vim salvar você e mentira, eu vim salvar você. Mano. Eu vou salvar ela pra ver o que
How
acontece.
many times do I have to tell you how
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Espera aí, é isso mesmo? Você veio me salvar? Eu achei que ficaria presa aqui embaixo
Come
pra sempre.
downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Vem aqui embaixo, eu quero ver o rosto do meu libertador.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
Eu não acredito que você tá aqui. Tenho esperado por algo assim desde uma
I
eternidade.
hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Espero que tenha trazido algo para cortar esses
Don't do
grilhões.
it. If she gets
Peraí, vamos conversar um pouco.
Okay.
Tudo bem, então. Olha como ela tá com um olhar diferente. Mano, é meio estranho perguntar qual que é o nome dela e sendo que eu vim salvar ela, né? A primeira pessoa que você vê faz um tempo que você tem comido ou bebido.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Eu não entendo que isso tem a ver com nada.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating?
É claro que é relevante. Quem que tá te dando comida? O que você vai fazer quando sair daqui? Qual é o seu nome?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Você pode se referir a mim como Vossa Alteza Real ou pode me chamar só de princesa?
Is princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Ah, se ferrar, narrativo. Então seu nome é Princesa?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Como eu disse, pode me chamar de princesa se quiser.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Sinto muito, estou aqui embaixo há tanto tempo que eu esqueci. Eu devo ter um nome. Todo mundo tem um nome.
Okay, that she hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted.
Calma aí.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Onde você está indo? Você não pode
You
simplesmente
better
deixar
hope for
aqui.
your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Melhor torcer para o seu próprio bem que eu não me livrar desses bilhões pra você
Slip
voltar.
these chains. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry. You rush up to the first floor. Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Nossa.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Acho que começamos com o pé esquerdo. Você acha que podemos ser... Ela perdeu um braço. Vou prender ela lá em...
This is a dangerous play. Who's to... She doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing an arm.
Prendê-la.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table
Mas
that
onde ela
once
se
held the
escondeu?
blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. You settle in against the far wall. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
Sei que você está aqui. Por que não facilita as coisas para si mesmo e deixa sair daqui?
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my
Parece que essa partinha de nada...
side.
Parece que essa partinha de nada vai me segurar por muito tempo e provavelmente uma boa ideia tentar fazer as coisas
She
comigo.
sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to...
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
Quando eu sair daqui, eu vou te desmanchar pedacinho por pedacinho. Eu não esquecerei que você fez. Jamais te
You
perdoarei.
don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
Você não sabe o tipo de inimiga que fez essa
It
noite.
doesn't sound like she... No, it doesn't.
Do you think losing an arm is actually enough to do me in? I can always find another. I'm not as frail as you think.
Você acha que perder um braço é suficiente para me matar? Eu sempre posso encontrar outro, não tão frágil quanto você pensa.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against... You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though it isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable... Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you
Meu Deus, eu não tô falando o que ela tá falando. Ela tá me ameaçando muito. Que pena, era só pra você ter me ajudado a sair daqui. Poderíamos ter feito tantas coisas incríveis
Your
juntos.
lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your...
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
Eu desejaria mais sorte da próxima vez, mas nós dois sabemos que esse é o fim, não é?
It can't be. I'm sorry. Everything goes dark. And
Voltamos.
you're on a path. You're here.
Ela vai me matar de novo.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met. If he doesn't remember what happened, then... Shh. What if he hears us?
E se ele nos
That's a
ouve?
very good question, little voice. Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me.
Vamos prosseguir até a cabana.
A warning. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Paranoico sou eu? Quem que é o paranoico?
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the
Tá
room.
estranho.
A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting
Aqui não
basement
tava assim
doorway.
antes. Tem olhos me olhando. Espelho.
The blade is your Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not
Deus, tem duas
already
vozes
gotten
agora.
out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going... So deep breath in.
Não falou nada sobre espelho na
Right.
parede.
I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at
Tá
it.
acontecendo.
Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Por que você mentiria sobre a evidência? Quero ver meu reflexo.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If I'm not lying to you, use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it
Não,
even
não.
do?
Olha os olhos.
Maybe he's trying to keep us from looking because there's something horrible. No, there isn't something horribly wrong with you. You look exactly how you're supposed to look.
A cabana tá diferente.
Very different.
Muito diferente.
He changed it, didn't he? It's like he's trying to make us doubt
Como se
our
ele
reality.
quisesse.
Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different
Três?
because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life. So focus up.
Vamos se aproximar do espelho.
Walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. This really isn't... You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous
Mano, olha
you look.
essas unhas. Unhas bem feitas.
Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Entra no porão.
We should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favour. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated... More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood.
Mano,
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
Que horripilante.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
Lá vem.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Não achei que você voltaria. Vamos ver.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough.
Eu vou conversar
Didn't
com
you
ela.
hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking.
Mano, a gente não
anyway.
pode contra ela, tá? Isso a gente.
You make your way to the bottom of the
Se
stairs.
você não pode contra ela, junte-se a ela.
As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where she could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. Are you really not going to comment on how... No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go,
Eu não estre...
I'm going to find you.
eu não me estressaria demais. Faz diferença. Porta onde eu. Não, vai pra direita.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
Aí está você, eu disse que ia te
As the
encontrar.
princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it.
It's almost like you want me to get you.
Até parece que você quer
There
ser.
has to be a way. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Quantas vezes será que eu vou poder brincar antes de...
As your blood begins to coagulate, it's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching
again?
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Heart. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to... And then experience stops once more. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Que raios tá acontecendo aqui?
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
Você não consegue decidir o que quer fazer, não é mesmo?
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
Bom, ficaria ofegante como um peixe mais divertido do que morrer, apesar de você parecer...
She isn't
ridículo.
attacking us. Why? Liver. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill-in. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. And the way out of here isn't... That isn't my fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you? Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. 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 Heart, lungs.
O que você quer de mim?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me and then...
Eu tentei partir enquanto você sufocava, mas... me impedir de se arrastar. Então,
You died before I could get to the door. And then I was here. And now you're here too.
e você morreu antes que eu pudesse alcançar a porta e eu vim pra cá. E agora você também tá aqui.
I don't think I could move without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Acho que eu não posso sair daqui sem você e tem que estar vivo. E por mais que eu adore o que está rolando entre nós, atormentar uma pobre criatura por toda a eternidade não faz parte do meu plano. Quero ir embora. E você precisa de mim viva porque você me tratou mal, então.
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Eu estou sendo legal, você tá vivo, não tá?
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
E você morreu de medo assim que me viu da última vez. Não achei que mantê-lo vivo é uma opção. Parece que isso não é mais um problema.
You seem miserable.
Você parece muito infeliz. Se eu deixar você sair e depois cada um segue seu... Você é louca. Se quiser que trabalhemos juntos para pelo menos parar de desligar os meus órgãos.
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Sou o que sou, não é culpa minha se você não aguenta ficar perto de mim. Não farei nada disso, não vou ajudá-la a escapar nem tentarei matá-la, então faça o seu pior. Se eu recusar a deixar você sair, o que
We're stuck
acontece?
down here together. Until you change your mind.
Então estamos presos aqui juntos até você mudar de ideia.
Static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers.
No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Or until your heart finally gives out.
Ou até finalmente seu coração parar de ver.
When you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out.
Então, quando você morrer, eu me encontrarei num lugar diferente. E logo você também. É isso que funciona, não? É assim que isso funciona, não é? É melhor que
And a lot can
você
happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
E muita coisa pode acontecer até lá, eu consigo ser bem criativo. Se eu deixar você sair,
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
não, com certeza não. Se eu preciso de você para sair daqui, é bem provável que você seja bem útil. Acho que vou mantê-lo ao meu lado, uma da sorte para garantir que eu
Don't
vivo.
worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Não se preocupe, eu vou cuidar de muito bem de você, eu prometo.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
Pobre coisinha, você acha mesmo o singular de braveza faz de você algo que não é? Eu sou o que sou e você sempre será um covarde.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonely.
Let me out!
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out!
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
Oops, I think I broke you.
Ixi, acho que quebrei você.
I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Veremos em breve, você saberá o que fazer. Muitos capítulos. Momento de claridade.
You're on a path in the...
Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember.
You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her.
Eu vou fazer uma run de novo sendo o melhor amigo dela. Pra ver o que acontece.
Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
Quantas
We're
vozes?
supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your
Meu Deus, de onde
heart?
surgiu tantas
We
vozes?
can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her
Da
free.
onde surgiu essa voz?
Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts
Não, ela
us?
não, tá louco?
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us.
Era pra
This is
ter
bad.
isso. É
You need to
verdade.
get a grip. What did you let happen?
Acho que são todos errados. Acho que são
Of
todos
course
errados.
we're wrong.
She's the only thing that's right. Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it? Many times. It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
São muitas vozes que eu nem
Yes,
conheço.
we
Eu
just
acho que eu
have to
avancei
do
muito na
what she
história sem eu mesmo
says, and
saber.
then it won't. It will be for us. She said you're part of everything. If things aren't fine for... If there's no difference between fine and not fine, it just goes on and on.
Não faz sentido, só me lembro de estar aqui duas vezes. Onde você sabe que outras vezes?
What does here even mean, if you really think about it? Shut up. You were here.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always
Muito gado,
belonged.
cara.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
Gostei do apático. Eu não me lembro. Vocês então não. Isso. Eu sei o que acontece se a gente não for até a cabana. Ou a realidade vai ficar muito
We've
louca.
tried that. It doesn't work. Our hearts always brought us back. The deck is stacked.
Foi o que
Some
eu.
paths and then
Então, se eu não me lembro do que eu. Você consegue
there's nothing
compreender?
worth making sense of. And yet, you aren't. Yeah. What's your secret? Why can you break the rule?
Não sei se
I
consigo
don't care
falar.
how you feel. You have to slay her. You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to... He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me. He's worse than her.
Ele é pior do que ela. Eu não me lembro do... Se eu não me lembro do que eu fiz.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make... Maybe you're shatter you your memories. Ugh. Here you go. Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares? They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers. And they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us. And then she smashes us into smaller pieces. If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago. Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them.
Vamos prosseguir, mano.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there. Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it. He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others.
Qual é o problema de...
They've been hurt too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do, or you could just give up. You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin. The cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
Ah, o apaixonado do filme.
Smash it to pieces. She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can have her. Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't. Proceed. Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them. And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her. The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be. The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. It's the only way forward.
O seu apático falou que eu tenho que pegar. Tem algumas aqui, ó. Pega o punhal.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep, deep in the bowels of the earth. You see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
Você é mesmo covarde.
Every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
When I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Foi brincadeira quando eu disse lá atrás, você sabia disso?
Closer.
I I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
Tava só me divertindo, antes de querer ver se conseguia derretê-lo.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
Me observar para sempre, aquilo foi tão corajoso.
Closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything.
Só que para sempre é muito tempo e o tempo erode tudo,
Except for me.
exceto eu.
I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back.
Eu tirei sua força de vontade e você não vai recuperá-la.
All that's left is for you to take my will and let me out.
Agora só resta você pegar a minha mão e me deixar sair daqui.
It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me.
Vai ser
But
tão
you get to be there too.
Vai ser tão divertido você e eu juntos explorando o mundo e espalhando o medo por onde passarmos. Bom, eu farei isso, mas você estará lá do
A
meu lado,
witness.
como
I
testemunha.
can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything.
Posso até fazer uma gaiolinha para você se quiser, dourado e
Now
tudo.
don't pause. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago.
E poder,
Don't
gata.
bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Não pare agora, não tente resistir. Já o moldei como precisava e você perdeu seu poder há muito tempo. Então seria um desperdício perder a cabeça tentando
Do
recuperá-la.
something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
Eu não passo de um objeto, uma ferramenta. Você já foi outra coisa há muito tempo. Mas será que essa coisa era apenas uma lembrança? Não há outra.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
Agora vocês podem ler o que ela...
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired. Why is it so cold?
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost.
A minha cabeça vai explodir.
mirror's back.
O que tá acontecendo?
What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away just like her.
Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Pouco apaixonado.
Yeah.
Seems we've got a majority.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels... Oh, Cada fears... Oh, I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Silêncio dá uma coisa. Mano. É você. Sou eu. Entendi. Mano.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
É aquela coisa que enquanto eu passo fora de uma... O que é você?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Eu acho que eu sou...
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
É aquela coisa que enquanto eu passo fora.
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
Aspecto frágil?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is a waiting mall, an inevitable destination where all roads end. She will make for a wise heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Conhece o narrador?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant.
É a princesa.
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Mas você sempre foi a princesa. Ela virar uma parte sua agora.
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins?
Esse é o fim do mundo?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Não, minha filha. Foi você que me viu para se fazer.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could...
Sabe de mundos além desse.
I know only that they are.
O que vai acontecer agora?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds there is no exit. But this vessel is a creature of perception. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole.
Eu vou esquecer um pedaço seu. Eu não...
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers.
Eu vou esquecer.
Everything.
Pedaço sendo...
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
Tenho medo que eu encontre o jeito.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to
Nossa!
die.
Eu nunca vivi no sinto medo de... Que isso? Se eu não deixar que faça isso comigo.
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Não vou voltar. Vou esperar um pouco.
If you need time,
Esperar para sempre.
you are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
O jogo crashou? Nem fudendo. Não. Você não fez isso comigo.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Tamo bem, tamo bem. Meu Deus, era proposital! Nem ferrando! E minha avó tá falando aqui, rapaziada, tá loucura.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Nossa, que jogo bom. Meu amigo do céu. Ah, vou virar amigo dela agora. Vamos ver no que dá.
You make your way up the short path to the a warning. Before you, she will lie, she will cheat. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him.
Agora eu vou salvar ela. Pra ver o que
Her
acontece.
voice
Hello?
is... How many?
Wait,
Vamos tentar salvar ela.
Only making this more difficult.
thank you. Thank you.
Obrigado, obrigado.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right. You walk up to the chains binding. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to eat.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Bem que você não tem a chave.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have...
Okay, I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top is someone else.
Provar desse
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Ela disse que ouviu e prenderam a gente.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bounce. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way, or we could use it. You won't like what happened.
Salvar ela.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Obrigado, agora vamos por aqui. Bora.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape. As the princess approaches the bottom stair. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't watch me.
What are...
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Muito bom pra ser rápido.
She plunges it
Que?
into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
stay strong. We can tough it out until it... For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still...
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made everything goes dark, and you die.
É de novo?
You're on a path. You're here to...
Ah, simbora.
She will lie. She will cheat. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. Excuse me?
Agora tô no apaixonado.
Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love. Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Tá diferente. O interior da cabana é limpo e elegante. Os prédios são de alta qualidade. Uma prisão digna de digna. Ornamento.
The blade is your implement.
Entra de novo. Não.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carried...
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words.
Consegue ver meu espírito.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
É você, meu herói destino. Fada que não fosse voltar.
Did you hear that? And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the waiting for you to come back. That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What, we damned a whole world? Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Porque
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action...
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
tudo bem, você fez o seu melhor. Que...
She took that in stride. To a surprise, that's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always...
Eu não trouxe uma faca pra você.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able...
What? No, she's a prisoner here. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time?
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not...
O que aconteceu depois?
You died, and now we're talking.
Onde que eu posso me colocar? Talvez. Destruiu o mundo?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Não quero que não.
Then I didn't end the world.
Então não destruiu o mundo.
See? She didn't confess anything. She...
Not so sure.
Vou resgatar ela.
I can't let you.
You'll what? Take over our body and
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That
Isso não
shouldn't
faz
have
sentido.
worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a
Ela
joyful
agradeceu,
embrace.
gente.
Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Cara, mano.
What do we do now?
Você quer
Let
fazer?
me guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never...
I
Na
don't
verdade, eu não
actually
sei.
know.
Nunca ninguém me
Nobody's
contou o
up
que
She
queria.
doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave.
Acho que quero ir
And I
embora e acho.
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Fazer. Você quer destruir o mundo?
Are you seriously...
Oh, we've been over this one. No, I do not want to end the world.
Já discutimos isso. Não, eu não quero causar o fim do mundo. Você quer ir embora, então
That
vamos.
sounds perfect.
Parece perfeito.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually.
Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
Inveja.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move.
Isso não é
Did
família.
I do that last time? Then you should know that you put...
Oh no, did someone lock us in here?
She's right. It isn't fair. But
Enough with this true love.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will ever know.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusion.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you
É que eu
kidding
falo, o
me?
poder do amor tá do nosso lado.
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs and the blade. That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing.
Eu não
You're
farei isso.
enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just... That's not how this works.
Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
A saída é por aqui, vamos partir juntos exatamente como você quer.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, open it, and then you step outside.
O amor
Our
vai libertar
happy
nós?
ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Temos o que faremos agora.
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
Isso.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a
Nós temos
princess.
penas? Eu acho que mais uma parte dela foi pra ela, hein?
She's gone. Where did she go? And is that a...
O espelho voltou, rapaziada. Tá tudo bem com você.
But it feels so bad, like looking into it right now. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and... What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, if do it then. End us all.
Ele cresceu. Ok. Opa, ela de novo.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
O mesmo ser de antes? Quanto?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Tudo que você fala parece um enigma. Resposta direta.
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers,
Uma patada
then
assim.
you need not. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say.
Qual a sensação? Parece assim.
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky. You will have your rest in due time. There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Pra atacar ela não vai dar em nada. Você sente?
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are the wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side.
Quando tudo terminar, sabe o que vem.
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am, I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet
Tem uma
untried.
cacetada de caminho pra seguir ainda.
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Tô pronto pra
I
voltar.
will long for your return. but it will give me time. We will meet again.
Ok. Voltamos à etapa 0.
You're here to slay. That's the spirit.
Viva la revolução.
You make your way up the shore.
Pega o punhal. Entra no... Oi, acho que isso aqui vai chamar. Hehe.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk.
She makes a compelling point. What if we did? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what...
Okay.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hand. We'll be fine.
I know. I just said that.
E disseram coisa? Digitar.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here and, well...
There.
Oh, have you...
Pra você daqui.
Oh, you have to be. You walk up to the chains. They're large and heavy, far too solid.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything. You attempt to make your way out of the basement. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked. You're here to slay the... Your shouts and pleas. I'll repeat myself once again. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife. Pick it up and...
You won't like. Against your better judge, you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp. She didn't so much as utter a... Free from her bindings, the princess... How is she so composed after losing an arm?
Thank you.
Vai
Now let's
por
get out of
aqui.
here.
As the prince... Wait, watch. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her... Stop it. Stop. The blade. Move.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Whoa.
I'll make this quick.
Podia ter me deixado aqui o tempo todo.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your...
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Mano, a diferença é gritante.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground. This is the end. I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and... You're on a path in the wood. You're here to slay...
Bora.
She will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife,
Ah, agora
do
tamo com o
what you're
cético.
supposed to. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Você ia...
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight. The only furniture of note is an iron table. The blade is your implement. You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin, but there was, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be a good idea. Much better to be armed than...
Agora sim, cara.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. Her voice, harsh but controlled.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Are we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Mano.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me? Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Outra corrente, pra quem é?
I don't know. but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you...
Quanto da última vez?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them, and now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in...
O que eu faço?
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
Thus, but she seems confident. Whatever it is she has... Oh, please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee. So, I don't know. I'm just spelling out... Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way...
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional, unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Então.
But sure. Let's talk about what happened. The last time we met, your body tried to kill... If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over. And if being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence. If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
She doesn't base... Yes, it's almost like she's a fundamental... Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course. But you should be aware of my position.
I wouldn't do that. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one... And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist? I don't know. He doesn't want us to look at it. But what if he's telling that he isn't? I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink it, and, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Estamos presos pelo grilhão agora.
Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Com ela agora.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Essa. Nós estamos aqui.
Yep.
O que faremos?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
O que aconteceu comigo?
No.
Você não gosta de jogar conversa fora, né?
Nope.
That's rude. You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
At least the world is safe.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering.
Pronto.
I don't like small talk. Remember?
Still rude.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see Earth through holes.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving?
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you, until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And?
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Levaram ela.
She's gone. And there's that mirror. But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Okay.
It feels too good to be.
E como nós estamos agora? Vamos.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into some. All of me is changing. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse?
Pelo contrário.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion. I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with, even if I... We will know when we near our destination.
Certo, então. Vou
I will
voltar.
be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Your Honor, you're here.
Vamos para nossa...
While I appreciate the mental nevertheless, let me assure you, the prince, and before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led. It's no use arguing semantics. You make your way. A warning. She will. We're not gonna.
Wait.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the steps.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Não, não, não.
Then
não.
drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long. Don't you dare. It's fine. We. The blade tumbles out.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Oh, have you just...
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run. Holy sh! Though she's unarmed. The shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you in. We can still turn this. You and the princess stare at each other. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend, the two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Eles estão vendo isso.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think...
But you don't have time to worry over such things.
Ok?
You're on a path. You're here. She will lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters.
Are you sure? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her.
Crystal, let's just get on with it already. The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. The blade is your... You take the blade from the... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your side. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatened. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Ela tá solta.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the base.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes! I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces. Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
As you step towards the stairs, you hear the heavy creak of straining metal, and then a snap. She's loose. You have to make a decision, and you have to make it fast.
A opção aqui, gente, que... Sair correndo não vai dar bom. Esquiva lateral e contra-ataque.
As the princess barrels towards you, you do your best to maneuver between the tight... You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, this weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but ignore...
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. Everything goes dark. You're on a path in the... If you weren't so damned afraid of what... Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it. So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of... Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've... Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going... It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. It's good to know that at least one of you is... We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are... It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring. No last advice for us? No. From what I gather, you've heard it all before. I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good. Catharsis is for when we're finished. The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight. More of a glorified tunnel than a building. The blade is your implement. See? We have even less space than before. Take it! Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of... You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if all we see is a... It's a bit grimy. What? You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals that before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
But that wouldn't be fun. I don't want to be a monster chasing you down. I want to face you head on. I want an equal. It's so much better that way.
You need to get closer. She needs to see us to give chase. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling! Attack me!
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. I really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Olhas temos aqui, gente. Vamos ver.
You step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains. The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance.
Mano, olha.
As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do. Instead,
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me! Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head!
Do it! Be swift, strike true, be...
Oh, we'll see about that. Traps aren't real.
She charges, fully determined to end you left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we? You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More! Keep going! We can't stop now! You spy an opening, but this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. Nothing! These blows are nothing to us! But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong.
And? Then what happens?
Mais família.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again. But it feels so bad. Look.
Screw the mirror, we just...
Oh, I don't like that sign.
Vamos ver como é que ela tá agora.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. This one remembers a spark lost in time, and she would stop at nothing to do not mourn her. She has finally remembered what she thought she'd lost.
Isso aqui é legal, essa pergunta é boa.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrative? Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Filosófico.
One, whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular,
Só
a
Eu sou
final multitude. These gifts are a conversation, and each one If I did, you've already tried waiting, but I understand if you. The next time I see you, I will be here. Wait.
Então temos que ir para o último aspecto. Vendo o que dá.
You're on a path.
Eu não sei mais o que. Tá no porão.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better.
O que posso fazer?
You're only making this more...
Maybe there's some...
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd... The wound drives her. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to...
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the...
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but... It's an act. She's wounded and I'm not so... Don't waver. As you ready your blades to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her up. We can still turn this... You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. Excuse me? What's this about not making it? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the fact. Can you not feel all those... The two of you enter one last exchange. You collapse on the ground. Silence. As the room starts, you've paid a terrible price.
If you think this is it, you're sorely
But you don't have time to worry over such things. You're on a path. You're here.
Será que mudou alguma coisa?
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf. The blade is your implement. You take... Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. That's not... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw. Wait, the air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path.
She must have you confused. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Esse aqui é bom?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
É verdade.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually she needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Fala pra.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that... Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. Well, if you're sorry, then let me out of here. Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cup. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a...
Certo, vamos embora.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until she never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one that lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this... We're armed and she's not. What's she gonna do? Bite us when we're not looking? You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her...
That's
That's right. You're the one who's going first.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. You want us to turn around and kill. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already... Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots, but... The princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and... Isn't that a relief? You're not even going to wait until... What did you just... I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like... We were going to help her. Why? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done. Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned where she'd turn her back on us and then you'd say something like, wow, that's... And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be... Why didn't you tell us your plan before we agreed to go first? Because then you'd have had to lie to her. And you're a terrible liar. That's not... It would have been a good point if it had actually worked. Well, it's not my fault that nobody listens to me. The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the night?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you... I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
She's gone. And is that a... This... If he thinks it's... I think you know what I am.
Ah, e aí, narrador? Então você é o narrador.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Os narradores são diferentes?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shut both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Explica essa arrogância.
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that. It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically. We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save. I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her and rid the world of death and suffering. Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Except for me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm right. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fail.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Oi.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Isso é. Ouviu nossa conversa?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us. If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move and yet we both don't, for each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. But you limit your... Meaning lies in experience, and experience lies in I am contrast itself. To reject me is to reject the shape of everything. Do not use words to
I crush you, I bleed you, I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run, but you do not run away. You take me somewhere new, somewhere we can dance like we used to, but I could not follow your steps. There was no better gift for me than the gift of defeat. You showed me how much more I could be. We made each other better, to have no challenges to fade into nothing. A life without obstacles is no life at all. Me is to remain the same. What meaning can be
all conflict is violence. But to question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitation, bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence. And without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark? Would they see it? Your library holds a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back. then there's no need for you to fight for who you are. If you need more time to open your eyes.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely... Nothing is immutable. Everything. There is no constant. Open your eyes and...
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. All of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you. It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here.
Vamos ver a voz dele
If you want to
mais.
get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume.
She's relentless, isn't she? Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that. Do you need me to describe things?
Narrador.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, that's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
É verdade.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Porra. Como? Como que eu esqueceria?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
What's that knife for? Have you changed your mind? Are you going to kill me? What if we just talk for a bit? Maybe we can figure this out.
Vamos se sentar com ela. Quero ser.
I don't think I want that either.
É igual aquela.
I don't feel the same. I feel smaller.
No jeito.
I don't think there's a way out, but Maybe I'm able to do the things you believe me to be able to do. So make me put it all back. Help me fix the echo's construct and make us both forget. Help me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up, before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
If you can believe this helps them, then it will help them, right? And when we do, we'll make the same choice. We'll choose to forget, and we'll reset everything, again.
Não.
I don't want to forget you either. But unless we do this, you'll have to choose, right now, between me and everyone else. Maybe we have done all of this before. Maybe we're supposed to do this forever. None of that will happen, because you'll still be you, and I'll still be me. I know because it doesn't matter how many times we've hurt each other. I've never stopped caring about you. And if you feel the same, then everything is going to be okay. I think you brought that knife down here for a reason. It has to be a part of how this ends.
O que a gente faz, mano? O que a gente faz?
I'm sorry, too. So this is what it feels like to actually die. I think this is for the best. I don't know what the world will be like without me. But it can't be that bad if it still has you in it. I've always loved you. Don't forget me.
É um pequeno e melancólico peso nas coração.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
Eu realmente acho.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter.
Vamos sair da cabana. O que tem?
It's quiet here. He's gone, she's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us. It's finally over, isn't it?
O sol.
But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination. We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules.
This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering and the coercion and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable. Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better. Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves.
Yeah, we can do that.
Jogão. Nossa, jogão. Louco.